Good morning, everyone. Very warm welcome to our Healing Herbs with Dr. Mridu again. We'll continue our discussion from the last week where we left off with allergies. So, Dr. Mridu, without taking longer, all yours. Just to remind, this is question answer if we can keep it for the end. If you think anything you would like to ask and forget by end of the session, please write it in the chat box and we'll take everything at the end of the session. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Mridu.
Thank you, Dr. Neha. Always a pleasure to be here. So last week we talked about hay fever, and to the continuation, I thought that allergies might be the good topic and a topic which is of great relevance to the people of UK. So I have decided to take this. So when we say allergy, there's a number of different types of allergy. Some people have allergy on the skin. Some people get runny nose, itchy eyes. So every allergy is kind of different, and its factors are also different. So how to take that and how to consider that the relevance of doshas in that allergies, and what treatment can we do or what herbs should we use, we'll try to discuss that in today's session. So when we say allergies, the most common thing which comes to our in our mind is allergic to pollens or dust or some kind of food or some kind of animal, hair, like dog hair. It's very common allergies. And seasonal allergies are there due to pollens and sudden change in temperature, and again there's hay fever. This kind of allergies are there. So in Ayurveda, when we say about allergies, we have one common doshas which is involved throughout in each and every disease. I will say Vat. And if there is a congestion, there's a runny nose, there's a kind of itching, then the cough is also involved. So that is a Vat Kaphaj kind of allergy, which you see mostly due to pollens or dust. Because what happens after that, we start to get a runny nose, we have difficulty in breathing, our chest gets heavy, breathlessness is a big symptom. That's all because of the Vat and cough. And we should be treated because Vat is a common factor, and cough. I'll try to discuss a little bit about Vat and cough. Vat is very dry in nature. So first thing you will observe when there's a Vat is your nose getting dry. That's why dehumidification is important. Like they say that, just burn some kind of essential oil in your room and you will get relief from your congestion. That's because Vat is very dry. So anything which is not dry helps in soothing the Vat. And while the cough is very thick, cold in nature, but very slimy, totally opposite of Vat. And it just gets settled down and is not moved very easily, and it causes a blockage. Blockage can only be caused by cough and Vat. So that's why there's a blockage in nose, there's heaviness in the cheeks, there is a runny nose because of the cough, and all the cough and bath, their properties are opposite to each other. Anything which suppresses the bath aggravates the cough, and vice versa. So this kind of allergies are recurrent. They happen again and again because there is predominance of the doshas which are opposite to each other. So for that, what we suggest, we always tell a person who's suffering from cold or any kind of cough predominant allergy that drink warm water. Why? Because warm is one common factor. Vata is also cold, cough is also cold. So warm will suppress both vata and cough. And despite that, we tell to mix honey, which is cough shamak. We say to add dry ginger, which is Vata and Cough Shamak. So such kind of drugs are used for the allergies, which has the predominance of cough. Then the second comes the skin allergies. Skin is the seat of Pitta dosh because it gives us a glow and a luster. That's because of the Pitta dosh. So whenever there's an allergy, the Pitta is involved. Cough can also be involved, Vata can also be involved, but the predominant dosh will be Pitta. And any kind of inflammation like sinusitis, bronchitis, where there is an inflammation, then the pit involvement is there. If there is an acne vulgaris, if there is any kind of urticaria is there, then in urticaria specifically, there is a problem with the bath and cough, but pit is also aggravated. Pit and blood is also aggravated. So that's why am I telling all these things? Because you need to take care of your diet also according to these things. We all know our Prakriti, I guess. I have discussed to few people in question answers. They all know their Prakriti. So if someone has Vata Kafaj Prakriti and they get the problem with the Vata Kafaj, that's a normal, principle of Ayurveda that it's not easy to treat if your Prakriti and your problem is same. That is called Prakriti Samsamvet principle in Ayurveda, because the food you are used to is Vata and Kafaj, and you have to reduce the food, which you can't do because that's in your nature, that's instilled in your nature. So it's tough to treat such kind of disease. So if anyone is having Vata Kafaj Prakriti and his disease is Pitta, it's very easy to cure because that person's nature is already against the Pit properties. So that principle is also considered during the allergy treatment. And for Pit, as I told you, there's an inflammation, and some persons' eyes get red. They have severe headache due to allergies, heartburns, and like that. Specifically due to food allergies, Pitta is very aggravated, and when there's a food allergy, digestion is more affected as compared to all other organs. Digestion is affected. So pitta is the seat of digestion also. We have digestive fire, which is pitta. So that also gets affected. And for that, we use cold. Pitta is very hot and very, we say pungent. So we use the herbs which are cool in nature, which soothes, like ghee. Ghee is the best treatment for pitta. Why? Because it is cold in nature. It soothes the body. If there is a burn, we tell the patient to apply ghee on it. Why? Because it's cold in nature. It heals the body. It nourishes the body. It helps in the antioxidant property of ghee. Helps in healing and rejuvenating. That's the one thing. So such kind of herbs are used, and when there is a specific predominance of Vata only, then there will be extreme dryness. There will be cracked in lips, cracked heels, wherever there is a allergy is there, severe headache, dry cough, sneezing without any cough or without any secretions. There will be dry sneezing, dry wheezing, anything. A lot of pains and spasm is there, and then there what we say. First, we give warm liquids, ghee, tulsi, tel, tulsi, and all the herbs which are Vatsham. So these things are done. So we are here to discuss the herb which works on Vat, Pitta, and Kapha equally. So as we have made a composition for the hay fever, we have come to the conclusion of regarding the allergies which covers all the three doshas. So I'll be discussing that today, and most of the herbs I have discussed already. So I'll be discussing a very brief points on them. So the first thing which I want to discuss in allergy is again dry ginger. I said it many a times that dry ginger is very good for the digestion. Dry ginger is very good for the respiratory system, and it is very good for the allergies. It is very good for the hay fever. It has specific compounds, and I've told it again. It is called Vishwa Bheshaj. That means the medicine for the world. Yeah, medicine of the world. So it is very very useful. And when I say dry ginger, that means dry ginger only. The normal ginger does not have that much of qualities as dry ginger. Why? Because it is more predominant in acid, so it increases the pit. While the dry ginger, the acid is totally soaked out of it, dried out of it, and it has aftertaste is sweet, so it also reduces the pitta also, and vat and kapha also. So, and it also like helps in food allergies. Like I told you, if someone wants to have milk, they should put dry ginger in it. So it also helps in combating with the food allergies, which is a very good property of it and very rare. We can say shunthi do it. Shunthi, that means dry ginger do it, and that haldi, turmeric do it. These two drugs have the property of combating with the food allergies. So the next herb is kusht. Kusht is a new herb, and we will discuss that. Kusht is basically known by many names, Kut and like others. So what is kusht in Ayurveda? Any skin disease in Ayurveda is considered as kusht. It's a very broad term, but whatever we say, there's a word called kutsitam kushtam. So anything which makes your skin uneven, it is called kusht. So kusht is a drug which is very, very good. Kusht is a disease which I'm telling about, and there's a herb named kusht also. And its name only signifies it is best for the skin disorders or any kind of allergies, skin allergies. And it is a very good medicine for the food allergies also, because it helps in treating the what do you say, sorry, I totally forgot. Intestinal colic and abdominal pain. It is very good for treatment of pain, abdomen and food allergy if someone is having. It's very good for the gout also, for the respiratory disease also. That's why I have decided to keep it in the composition, because it's not very easily available there. I won't say that it will be available as a single form, but in the composition you will find it surely. And it has the qualities which specifies both all the three doshas, vat, pitta, and kapha. And it's very good for pain, very good for the treatment of gout, very good for in the treatment of skin diseases, in cough, cold as dry cough as well as productive cough. And for the COPD, asthma, if someone is getting too much of hiccups, it's very good in that also. Very good in mild fever also. It is also used in the treatment of epilepsy. Such kind of like this drug is very very important for such allergies. That's why I've decided to add it. And the next drug is pipali. Again, we have discussed it last week. Pipali is maga or long pepper. I've discussed it, the qualities. It is like black pepper only, but a little bigger in size, and it also works on all the respiratory system. Very good for stress, anxiety. For it's also sleep inducing drug. It's also good for skin allergies. If there's a urticaria, sudden onset of urticaria, what we suggest the patient that you grind one long pepper, mix it in 1 spoon of ghee and take it. So it helps in reducing the allergies to a very significant level. The next, again, we have discussed is Vidang. Vidang is basically, I told you, it's carminative. It has antimicrobial, anti-inflammatory properties. These I have discussed, so I'll not discuss again all the part of them. But if anyone has questions, they can ask me regarding the drugs. Vidang is considered one of the best for the antimicrobial and antibacterial and also antiviral. Kusht is also antiviral. So there are some kind of allergies which are caused. But what we say in Ayurveda that pollens and dust, these all are a kind of microbes which attack our body. So the Kusht and Vidang, they will fight against them and help in not only suppressing the symptoms but also healing the body so that the severity will be reduced by the time, and then the person gets healthy if taken for a long time. And the next which I'm going to mention is the main highlight of the herb today. Our herb highlight today which I want to discuss is munakka. I'm sure everyone must know about munakka. Munakka is basically a black grape which is dried, and it is very predominantly used in Ayurvedic medicines, and it has many properties. The best property is it has a very high sugar content, so the sugar patients need to take it with a little cautiousness. But one more thing which I want to add is munakka is advised in the treatment of sugar because it's the naturally occurring sugar and its breakdown. Basically, what's the problem with the sugar which we take? They are complex. They are not complex sugars, but the sugar in the munakka is very complex. So it does not increase the glycemic index like other sugars do. But it should be taken in a caution. That's the one thing. And we have added a very little quantity of munakka on the basis of its qualities. So it's not to be avoided. So we have decided to add it. And it is very rich in vitamin B, vitamin C, vitamin A, all the herbs. I don't know if few people use it, but here it is very widely used as a for the dry fruits. Whenever someone takes dry fruits, they also take munakka with them. So it's very good for the eyes also. It has zinc, phosphorus, all other calcium, potassium, all the contents it has. So it's very good, and it helps in the weight gain also and weight loss also, given how it is given. It's very good for it also has an antioxidant properties. It's very good for mild constipation as it is a laxative drug. It regulates the appetite. It has antibacterial properties and anti-inflammatory properties. Like you save one thing, it's very good for the gastrointestinal health. It's again very good for the anemia. If someone has a blood, problem with the blood, if their blood count is not, HB is not increasing due to some factor, then we tell them to take munakka. And there are many medicines in Ayurveda which I use, and I tell the patient to take it with munakka water. I tell patient to dip 4 munakka in water for the overnight, and next day take medicine with that water and eat the munakkas. So it's very good for that. Munakka is basically dry grapes, black grapes. It's very good for the dental health also because it's one of the rare drugs which works on the enamel. It's very good, and it secretes, it has some kind of property which kills the bacteria of the mouth, which causes the dental decay. So it's very good. 1 or 2 munakka everyone should eat, and it's very good for the dental health also, very good for the skin. It increases the luster. bacterial infections are gone after that. Better skin rejuvenation is there. Very good for hair because of its minerals and vitamin properties. Very good for heart. It lower the blood sugar if taken in a very adequate amount, and reduces the blood pressure also. So it reduces the cholesterol also. So it reduces the risk of basically any heart disease, coronary heart disease. So Munakka is added to that. And the next is marich, which is black pepper. We have discussed that already. Shunthi, marich, and pipali. These three drugs: dry ginger, black pepper, and long pepper. These three drugs are called in Ayurveda three katu, because these three drugs are basically what do you say, chili kind of little pungent. So they have a combination, and they are very good in the treatment of allergies, in the treatment of respiratory disorders, digestion disorder, you name a disorder, and these three will work. Any problem you say. The next is haldi. I think we have discussed haldi so much, so I don't think we should discuss it again. But if there's a question, then I'll surely try to uh, cover that, what I think you need to know. And the next is the herb Amrita Giloy. It's I think I add it to almost all of my patients. Whether the patient comes with any problem, I give them Giloy, because nobody can match the properties and the action of Giloy. When there was a COVID in India, there was a advisory released from uh, Government of India, Ayush, and in that they have mentioned herbs. There was a Ayush Kata, I think everyone must be aware of, and they described one medicine also, and that was Giloy Ghanvati, which was used in the treatment as well as in the prevention of COVID. And we uh, used it so much on the patient. Ayurveda was so widely used during the COVID time. We have treated patient in the ICU also with Ayurvedic herbs. I'll not say alone Giloy, but Giloy was also used, and there was a very low SpO2, like 50, 60 when we started the treatment, and within 24 hours there was 95, 98, and patient used to get better. And the best effect about COVID, use of Ayurveda in COVID, which I saw in my patient, is that their after effects of COVID were very few. One of my colleague also, she got COVID in the early wave, and she didn't, we advised her, all of us, we were sitting, and we advised her to just use Chyawanprash or any kind of drug. So she was like, no, okay, I'm fine. She's approx, I guess she would be 36 by that time. And after 1.5 year, she got a attack of a kind of paralysis attack, but she was saved very uh, at the very early time. She was going somewhere, and she suddenly felt the problem, and we rushed her to the hospital. And then the doctor said that, okay, it's a side effect of the COVID, you have been infected by the COVID. So there are many other cases which we have seen of the COVID, but the side effects or the after effects of COVID were very few. So that's why I recommend everyone to use at least one herb or the combination of herbs which will be available to you, because they are antioxidant. They not only cures your disease, but also increases the life expectancy and life quality. And this will not happen in a day or two. I say that again and again. These drugs are naturally occurring drugs. These are rejuvenating drugs. They rejuvenate by the time your body rejuvenates itself, and it takes months. So you need to put that in mind and use these herbs. So this is the combination which will be available to you. Next, I now will come to the questions. Munakka is dry grape How to take Munakka based on symptoms? Munakka is basically, you can chew Munakka also. And I used to remember when I used to get cold and chest congestion in my childhood, what my mother used to do, she used to roast Munakka on the gas. And then she used to give it to me for cough and cold. And it is very effective. We still use it on a patient, so I know it's very effective. Munakka Black Corinthians. What did you, Munakka? I suggested Munakka for dental decay. Yeah. Yeah, Munakka is the larger version of raisins, but with seeds. Yeah, you should definitely take it with seeds.
Is it black in color? Black.
Yeah, it's black in color.
It's not these red ones. The picture shows red ones. It's a black one.
No, black ones. Red ones are also available. They are called soggy.
All right, okay.
But we want Munakka, which is black one and bigger in size than soggy.
Sorry, Dr. Mridu, I missed the beginning. I heard about Munakka and dental decay and health. What else did you say Munakka was good for?
It's very good for the, it releases an enzyme, or what do you say, a juice, which kills the bacteria of the mouth, which causes the dental decay. It's very good for the, tooth enamel.
Okay, so mainly for teeth then, and skin.
Yeah, teeth, skin, heart disease, BP also. I won't recommend it for the sugar, because I don't know what grade of Munakka you are getting there. So I won't say that take it as a herb for the sugar, but yes, if you crave for sugar, being a diabetic, you can have one Munakka.
So how many we take at night? How many do we soak? 2 or 3 or how many?
Are you diabetic?
No, I am not diabetic.
Then 4 Munakka you can soak in water. Drink that water and eat the Munakka.
In next day, yeah?
It's a very good laxative. Yeah, it's a very good laxative also.
Yeah, and somebody who's diabetic, how many do they take? 2?
Just 1, 2 will work. Even 2 won't hurt, but only 2, recommend them 2.
Okay, thank you. Soak and take next day. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, roasted one is very good. Yeah, it's very good, and it's very good for the kids also. Because it's tasty, and if a kid gets cold or something like that, it's a good medicine to give it to them, because they can chew it easily.
Is this the one? It's dried.
I'm not getting a picture yet. Yeah. No, I don't think so, ma'am. It looks black, but
it's black, but it's completely dry. It's like in a dry.
Yeah. Actually, from here it's looking like a flat, not like a Munakka. So if you are sure, then it's a Munakka.
No, it is, because it's a dry grape.
Yeah. Then it is Munakka.
See, I use the muesli, so it comes with my muesli. This is my muesli.
Yeah. It has Munakka. Yes. It has Munakka.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, ghee is cool in nature. Someone has asked. Ghee is cool in nature. It's best used if someone is having, burning sensation after the food. Ghee is very good for that. We tell them to take ghee with the food. It reduces.
You said there are 3 cuties: dry ginger, long pepper, and what is the third one?
Black pepper.
Black pepper. Okay, thank you.
It's called Trikatu.
Trikati.
Trikatu.
Okay.
Sorry, what is Trikatu good for? What is Trikatu good for?
It's good for respiratory problem. It's good for skin problem. It's good for the weight loss also. But the dose should be mentioned, because it's pungent in nature. So you don't take much of its dose. You either mix it in ghee or mix it in honey if you are going to take it. And it's very good for the digestion also. It's very good for the thyroid also. It works on everything. It is good for BP also. It's good for sugar also. But the only problem is pitta get aggravated. So we have to check for the season and dose.
So you just take the powder, a little bit of powder, and drink water with it.
No, I don't think you can take that. It's very
Oh.
chili kind of thing.
Oh, so how do you take it then?
With ghee or
Honey.
honey.
Okay, just a little bit. Okay. I think I might
Yeah.
have some somewhere. I'll try it.
Yeah, you definitely try it. If someone has cold, cough, or anything like that, hay fever even, they can take it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
but
Thank you.
if you have the dry ginger, black pepper, and long pepper, or you called it pickly, it would be really, really strong, wouldn't it? I mean,
Yeah,
like
it is strong. That's why dose needs to be taken care of.
Right.
When? Anyway, see.
I wanted to ask you something. I've just been on a holiday, and one of the days were very, very hot, and I had some mendaki tea. You know, that means white flour stuff, like white bread. I normally don't eat white bread, but because I was on holiday, there was no wholemeal chapati or bread. We went into an English hotel. It was very good one, 4-star, but the trouble was they didn't have any wholemeal bread. And because I was hungry, I had some white bread, and I ended up with runs.
With
And I had runs. I had diarrhea.
Yeah.
Can white bread cause diarrhea?
Yeah, it causes, because it's made of, the bacteria is grown on that. So if there's a three things are can be considered in this. First, the white bread may not be that good. Second, your intestinal flora is not that good. And third, the water can be the problem.
Right. Yeah, I was surprised because just by eating white bread, I ended up becoming ill.
Curd, bread, all these, curd is a different kind of bacteria, lactobacillus, but besides that, yeast is added. So if there's a little bit change in the quantity of the yeast, then there can be diarrhea, and even that baking soda and baking powder is also added in such things. So maybe because of that.
Thank you.
What time is the best to have ghee for cooling system?
See, ghee, for what purpose you want to use it?
You just mention about heat in the body. Me being diabetic, I was trying some herbal medicine as well, plus my medicine. So I felt so much heat in my body. Even my mouth feels a bit rough inside. And I know it's some heat inside the body. I think what ghee is a cooling, but I didn't know what time to take it. When you go to sleep or first thing in the morning.
No, I tell you what you do. If you want to use ghee for the cooling effect, whenever you feel hungry, you have a spoon of ghee.
Spoonful.
Okay.
1 spoon of ghee, and then drink warm water. You should not take cold water with ghee. Always warm water.
Please repeat that. Sorry, there was interruption. I couldn't hear.
Whenever you are hungry, take 1 spoon of ghee and drink hot water. Never take cold water with ghee. Drink hot water. And then after 10-15 minutes or maybe half an hour or 1 hour, you will feel hungry again. Then have your food.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to just thought about it. If it happens again, and I've been somewhere, and there's no brown bread, I know I can stay hungry. But if I had it and it happens, what do you do then? What would you take as a medicine?
You can have the foods if there's an option.
Yeah, if there is no option, that's what I meant.
There's only option of bread.
Take your own bread with you.
I know I can take my tempura.
That's the best thing.
What I was trying to find out, if it does happen, what do you do?
if it happens again, then the
Yeah.
problem is white bread or your flora. Water is,
So how do I cure myself?
you take dahi, curd, if you're going to eat white bread. That way your flora will be good. And again, if you get the problem, then white bread doesn't suit you.
Yeah, that's what I did. I stayed for 2 days on curd, but I added cumin powder to the curd.
Oh, that's right.
Is that okay?
Okay. Yeah,
That's
you can
fine.
add cumin powder to the curd. But when you add cumin powder for the curd, it will increase the flora, but it will not work very well with the constipation. Sorry, diarrhea. Because cumin seeds itself, it's a carminative. So you have it will be not much effective in diarrhea.
So what? Just curd on its own, nothing else in it.
Yeah, curd, we all.
Okay, thank you. That's very kind of you.
Okay.
Another thing you mentioned about ghee, take it in here in this country, ghee is always like solid. Shall I melt it or shall I just?
Yeah, no, melt it.
Because you said drink hot water. Of course, as soon as I take it in solid condition, it's still going to melt anyway.
You can't eat ghee if it is solid. It's very tough to eat, ma'am. You have to melt it properly.
Right. You sometimes just take a spoonful of ghee and just put it in the mouth because it's just going to melt in the mouth.
Yeah, it's melted in here only. So we just say take one spoon of ghee.
But in England, it's always solid form, But I always prefer take a spoonful, put it in my mouth, and it just melts. I was wondering which is the best way to take it. You melt it and then take it.
No, if you take that, then it's actually 3 spoons of ghee, which I'm saying, because that's more quantity.
Okay, right. Got it now. Yeah, because it's solid form. So if you melt it, it's a lesser quantity. Yeah, got it.
So my experience is that I just take warm water, put the ghee in it, stir it up, and drink it gradually.
Yeah, that also works.
Thank you.
But then again, there's a thing in that. What we do, if we mix ghee in milk, it has different properties. If we add ghee in a glass full of milk and we put 1 spoon of ghee, then the qualities is different. So how you take it and how you mix it also makes a difference. So what ma'am is suggesting is also a very good option. It's easy to do and it can be taken very easily, but the result will be better if you take ghee and then drink warm water.
Okay.
I was just concerned about the timing, and I just mentioned before eating food, 1 hour before.
But you should be hungry. That's the condition.
Okay.
Sorry, Mridu.
Yeah.
I just joined in, and when should you take milk and ghee?
Oh, yeah.
I'm good, thanks.
Sorry?
Just know it's fine.
Oh, somebody's talking there. When should you take ghee and milk?
Milk, and if you have a severe constipation, then we tell patient you have a glass of warm milk, hot milk, and add a spoon of ghee and drink it.
Right,
that's one thing. And if someone we want to make fat or increase the weight, then we tell them that you take 1 spoon of ghee and add 1 spoon of milk and then take it, or add half glass of milk and then take it.
Oh, that will do me. I want to put weight on. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
But you have to watch out for ghee. I was studying somewhere. Target is at your place. I don't know. There's a very bad quality ghee is seized there. I don't know where it
No,
was.
no, I use the Ayurveda ghee.
Which ghee you use?
I use the Patanjali.
Okay.
That's the one I use.
I make my own.
Yeah.
Well, I make my own as well.
That's a good option.
I make my
Yeah,
own as well.
We don't consider Patanjali Ayurveda here.
Right. Okay. Then I'll stick to my homemade. Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Just to buy English butter and melt it, and that gives very good ghee.
No, I think if you can make yourself, it's the best option, because that way you know what you are consuming. It's a very renowned Indian Ayurvedic company here, which is specifically advertising that they are making organic ghee. In Jaipur, in DMart, it was seized completely because all the ghee was, adulterated. And they are charging almost 3 times of normal ghee on the basis of organic ghee. It happened recently in DMart, Jaipur. So these things need to be taken care of. So whenever I have to give medicine to patient for the ghee, I tell them, you take this medicine, I'll tell you how to make it in the ghee. You make it yourself, whatever ghee you are using, because it's very risky. What if I buy the costliest ghee, and that is the adulterated one? So I tell them, make the medicine in the ghee you believe or you trust.
Yeah, Mridu, I wanted to ask you, it's for my eyes. I use castor oil drops, which is the organic one. But I also wanted to ask you, when we were little, my mom used to put kajal made at home. Can you tell me how you make that?
Yeah, but first thing first, you can't use castor oil. Don't use castor oil.
Well, no, it has helped me. I've used the pure castor oil in mine. It has improved.
For the eyes?
Yeah. It is recommended. I did a lot of read up on it. Then I asked my nutritionalist, and he said, "Yes, use this ghee." And I tell you, it's made such a difference. I just use it like
you try to use ghee.
No, I've tried to use ghee as well, but I've used the castor oil drops, and that has helped a lot. It's prevented me from having dry eye as well.
Yeah, ghee. Yes, it will prevent in the short term, but in the long term, it's very sticky, very heavy.
Yeah, but I don't put the drops.
For how long you are using it?
I've been using it for the few months.
If it suits you.
Yeah, because what I do, I don't put the drops in. I put it like a kajal.
Okay. If it suits you, that's okay. But but I personally don't recommend it. So if it suits you, it's okay. And if you want to make kajal, what you can do, you can make a, that batti and something, that lamp, kind of cotton lamp.
Yeah, the diva, yeah.
Yeah, and then you put it in the ghee, nourish it with the ghee, light it, and then put the plate on it.
And cover it. But when the what's it, maize, this is dry,
then that black part, you put ghee in it and then mix it and take it out.
Yeah, put the ghee in it. So both is ghee. The diya is in ghee, and you mix it with ghee as well. Yeah, because I was thinking use one in ghee and one is castor oil. That's what I had the impression. No. I just wanted to make sure.
Castor oil, it's no doubt it can be good for eyes, but it should not be applied directly to the eyes. Reason being, it's very sticky. So after few, maybe or maybe not, because I have never done that, so I don't know the side effects. But what I deduce from the Samhitas, that it can cause the stickiness of the eyes.
No, I've not had any of that
So
because
you use it in time.
because I
Yeah,
washed
yeah.
my eyes as well, and then I put warm wheat pack on it, so it's the stickiness is not there.
Yeah, yeah. Then if it suits you, you can.
Warm pack. Yeah, because I read up on it, and also my nutritionalist recommended it, and it's working.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, okay.
Radharaji, you mentioned about putting on weight.
Yeah.
So you is an adult, yeah, 60 plus, can losing a lot of weight. Can they put on weight with just ghee and milk? Or
Why they are losing a lot of weight? That's one concern.
okay, they have bronchos and colitis as well.
Okay, so no, they that will add to their colitis. If you take a very heavy thing, they need to have a food which is easily digestible. There are many other ways from which they can increase their weight, but that's not only ghee.
How can
And
I
if they can,
Sorry.
They can have ghee, but they need it to mix it with the medicines. That does not hamper with their colitis.
Right. How can they contact you? Do we have a contact number?
Yeah. Dr. Neha, I guess Dr. Neha can help you. And we already have a consultation platform also. You can contact Dr. Neha.
Okay, sure. All right. Thank you.
Can you show the photo of Monica?
Sorry?
Can you show a picture of Monica?
Yeah. Once. This. Wait, I will share it. I will share my screen. This one is Monica. Are you able to see it?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's much bigger than raisins.
Yeah. It's bigger than raisin.
Right. So it's not called prunes.
No.
Prunes are a different thing.
Yeah, prunes are different.
Right. Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah. What is different from brown and black munakka? Basically, munakka are black only. It is made out of black grapes. So basically, it's very dark black in nature. The brown grapes are basically made from the green grapes, which are dried and they turn into brown. So it's very high sugary. For black one, it's complex sugar and it is more safer and more better health wise.
Does Munaka help you to have iron content? Lot
Yeah,
more
very
iron.
much.
Okay, right. Because
Yes.
when I was young, I became anemic, and I remember my mom used to give me Munaka.
Yeah. It's very good.
Yeah. Thank you.
Like fruit kind.
No, it's okay now.
Fruit kind.
No, 10 minutes.
पानी पी ले.
Is Munakka good for allergies and hay fever?
Yeah, it's very good. It's very good for allergies, hay fever, or any kind of skin allergies, any kind of problems. It's very good.
So do you soak it at night and eat it in the morning?
Yeah, I
Or
do
you can
that.
just
I
eat
recommend
just
that
like that?
mostly. No, not just like that. I hardly recommend that it just like that. Because first thing, it gets washed off properly, and secondly, it's the iron content is basically gone to the water also and to the Munakka also. So I recommend it that way. I
Okay,
don't.
drink the water and eat it.
Yeah, you drink the water and eat it. I generally give my medicine with the Munakka water and then tell them that, okay, eat the Munakka. I tell them to make the kadha with Munakka soaked in, then strain the kadha and eat the Munakka also. So I use it very widely in my practice and it's been so good so far. I have a patient with 10 years of constipation and I told her to take the Munakka. She has been very patient, I must say that. But I think it's been more than a year. She's not taking any medication, not Ayurvedic, not even allopathic.
I just suffer with hay fever and allergies, basically rhinitis. And I've tried different sprays in my nose. I mean, but every time the nose starts bleeding. So I can try this.
Yeah, and you should definitely try to put ghee in your nostrils, ma'am. It's of great help and great use.
A
See,
drop of ghee.
yeah,
Is
it will never
Munakka
bleed.
high in sugar?
Munakka has sugar content, but it has does not have very simple sugar. But if you are diabetic, you should definitely take it with caution. 1 or 2 Munakka a day will work. It will not spike your glycemic index.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you.
But if you take 10, 15, then no guarantee. It's like, then you definitely.
Can you suggest anything else, which is safer to take for allergies and hay fever?
Yeah, 3-2 is good. The Munakka is very good. Ghee is very good. Haldi is very good.
So you just take it on its own?
Yeah, you can apply ghee in the nostrils basically. Taking ghee through abdomen will not help in allergies at once because it will first cure your digestion, then will go to that thing. So putting the ghee in the nostrils will help.
Okay, thank you.
Can I ask a question about ghee?
Yeah.
I got ghee that was, well, I was recommended to buy it when I went to India, about Swaminarayan Mandir ghee. That's pure ghee. Is that right?
Yeah, I have been visited Swaminarayan College this year, and I believe they are doing a very good job. They have a Goshala there also.
Yeah.
And I visited it also. I can't guarantee you, but what I saw, it's very good.
Okay. The reason I'm asking is it suitable to give to babies and children?
Yeah, you give ghee to babies.
Yeah, I do give them
recommend
ghee, but that particular ghee I'm asking.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
It's good.
is it safe?
Yeah, I went to Patanjali also, and when
Yeah.
I went there was a Goshala there. We visited, and it was very good. We visited in 2015 or 16, I guess. It
Yeah.
was very good. But
Yeah.
later on, commercialization took
Play.
play, and then all the things went down the drain. It was very good initially. So
Yeah.
now what I visited that place, it's very good, but for the time being, and when if you're using it continuously, you'll come to know if the quality degrades. That's
Okay.
one thing about that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Can I ask you a question, please? It's about
Yeah.
long pepper. Is it Gantora? Does anyone know? Is it Gujarati name Gantora?
Yeah. We have discussed it last week also, and it is. Someone said that it is.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, everyone. I believe if you have more questions, we have a group to write, chat, and even to connect